If you don't go ahead and be brave enough to say no to the things that need to be said no to, then eventually it's going to catch up to you and you're going to end up saying no anyways. It's going to catch up to you. Let's talk about it. So, I live in Savannah, Georgia, and one of my favorite things about living here are the live oak trees. They are gorgeous, they are beautiful. I'm sure they're full of magic and history. And I'm lucky enough to live on a piece of property that has eight live oak trees, Spanish moss, the whole nine yards, all living here. And I make a habit of blowing my driveway every Friday. So my driveway and the curb in front of my house is going to get taken care of. And there's two live oak trees right in the front of my house, and they're gorgeous, like over 100 years old for sure. And earlier this year, or well, I guess the end of 2024, it was the bane of my existence because one of them was producing just mass quantities of acorns. And I'm not exaggerating. It was insane. I was blowing the driveway four times a week and it still wasn't enough. Honestly, if I'd been out there every day, it still wouldn't have been enough. I couldn't figure out like what the hell was going on with these acorns and why was I spending all this energy and every single day and I'm out there all the time and it was awful. It was horrible. And driving in the driveway, every time I drove over one of them, it was like crack, pop, crack, pop. It sounded like little gunshots going off, right? The other oak tree at the end of the driveway, nothing. Absolutely not. There were like 10. There were like 10 acorns. I don't know what was up with the one at the beginning, but it was absolutely ridiculous. And so I Googled it and I looked it up, and it turns out that live oak trees have a season of high yield, high production. And when I say season, I mean year, right? So like this 2024 was its year, like without a doubt. And it said it can produce roughly around 20,000 acorn. No freaking wonder. I was out there four times a week and really should have been out there every day if I was really trying to keep the driveway clear. No wonder. And I was so exhausted and I was so done with it. And I was talking to my husband. I said, At least it's gone. It's over. Like it finished. It had its big bang and we're done. And whew, like I made it." And I was like, "I'm so glad for the spring because all the new leaves are going to start coming out of this tree." And guess what? Do you know what he told me? He told me actually live oak trees lose their leaves in the spring. They don't lose them in the fall, they lose them in the spring. And I was like, "Meh, I'm the one with a biology degree, even though admittedly not plants, don't like plants. I'm not a plant person." And he was like, "No, I'm telling you, when I blew off the driveway last year, it was our first spring in this new house, all the leaves were falling." And I was like, "Nah, he's still wrong. You're a man, you're wrong." I want you to know that this is recorded and this will probably live in the internet for all of eternity. He was right. He was right. He was the one that was in charge of blowing the driveway previously. So I should have listened to the man that was actually doing the work. The leaves on these trees fall in the spring. They fall in the spring. So here I am again blowing out the driveway. I did it twice in a day last week, twice in one day. Ah! It's so terrible and it's so much. And here's the beauty of this. Here's the beauty of this. There was an ending to that. You know what I found out when I learned that the live oak trees produce a whole bunch of acorns? They have a high yield, producing year. You know what they do the next year? Nothing. They drink mimosas. They support, baby birds in their nests. They don't do anything. They do nothing. Maybe a few like little acorns, like maybe a few. That was the tree at the end of the driveway, right? It was having a year, right? It wasn't doing much. It wasn't doing much. In fact, these trees will take 2 to 3 years off in between high yield years. They're not trying to go balls to the wall every single year. And they decide to break the mold and lose their leaves in the spring. They're not doing what the other trees are doing. They didn't get the memo. They don't care. Do they care? They don't care. They're the honey badger of the tree world. They do not care. They're going to be losing their leaves in the spring. In fact, the one that's just on the other side of my laptop here, the one that's arching into the backyard from the front yard, I literally sat down at my desk last week and I was like, "Oh my God, I thought it died." I thought it died. These are not deciduous trees, right? Or maybe they are deciduous, but not like a typical. No, I think they're evergreen. I think they're, again, plant science was not my biology thing. Sorry. But it's not a normal tree. It's not normal. I sat down and I literally thought it died. I was low key Googling, how do I tell if the live oak tree died? Because if it's gonna fall on the house, that's a problem. No, it just actually, it didn't even shed some of its leaves like the other live oaks in the yard. It shed all of them barren, gone. Looked like the dead of winter, but it was actually the start of spring. And now, if I turn my camera around, you probably won't be able to see it, or else I would turn it around so you can see it. Now, it's actually got the little baby green leaves on it, and it's actually starting to grow. It's actually starting to come back. Really freaking cool. So, you are a live oak tree. It's you. It's you. It's you. You're a live oak tree. All of your years can't be high yield years. All of your days can't be high producing days. All of your hours can't be super productive because then the other ones that are also super productive are just average productive. There are seasons, there are moments, there are stages to you doing what you need to do and doing it the best way for you. That's what we need to figure out. We can't be productive all the time. Rest is productive, sleep is productive. I'm sorry, if I never go to bed and get a good night's rest, am I actually going to be productive tomorrow? No, you're going to get some really weird coaching and weird responses from me. It's not going to work. That's not how it's going to be. We need times of rest. Rest is productive. Taking off is productive. Vacation is productive. Send this video to your boss. Vacation is productive. There's science behind it, there's research behind it. If we aren't taking those breaks, we will work ourselves to death. There's an actual term for that where we work ourselves to death as humans. It happens. So, if we are looking for peak performance, peak productivity, peak all of the other blah blah keywords that are out there in the world right now, what are we doing? Why are we trying to be the tree that has a high yield every year? It's not going to work. Why are we trying to hang on to all of our leaves and not let some of them go? In fact, sometimes we just need to be the live oak tree that's behind my laptop right now and let them all go. Let it all fall down. Let it all burn to the ground because then we can have new green little baby leaves that are going to come out and we can actually do more of what we're supposed to be doing and have a beautiful year to go with it. Take a lesson from a live oak tree. There's a reason you should do it this way.